Hello, you studious centipedes, and welcome to my review of the Quintessential Quintuplets Quantum-Cubert. First things first, I just want to say I was really surprised with this anime. I was expecting it to be just your typical harem nonsense, but yeah, it was actually really enjoyable. There are plenty of funny moments into it. The whole time, the whole season, I was just had this weird smile on my face. Not that my smile is normal, but it's always weird. And I was just happy with how positive and just quite uplifting this anime was, like, throughout. I do like how it's kind of centered around the quintuplets, obviously, how they interact with each other as like a family, and how they get this weirdo who's very studious. He's very, very smart, this almost perfect student, and the main character just kind of comes along and just completely shakes up their entire, well, world, I guess now. The voice acting is also solid. It really helps the characters come to life. Each of the five sisters have this completely different personality to one another, and that's played upon quite a lot within the writing, how that one person is good at one thing but can't do four other things, but then obviously the other four sisters, they all counteract that, and then they all pull in. I think it's almost like a one for all or all for one situation with the sisters. They all gel well, and they all kind of just make up for each other's weaknesses. Speaking of weaknesses, the sisters, they each have this strange mystery to them. Obviously, there's something within their personalities, but there's also this like hidden secret deep down which they can't express to their sisters, whether because they're afraid of how they'll react, or they're just too ashamed to admit that this is what they enjoy or this is what they like. The main character also has a good personality. I like the fact that you get to see him problem solve, like how he needs to interact with each of the sisters individually, the way he needs to adapt himself, his way of speaking to get the most out of them, to try and study, which is what the aim of the game is for him. It's nice that with this kind of scenario that the main character isn't just this blank slate, that he really is like his own person, and you feel for him and you want him to do well with each of the sisters. You want him to get the most out of each of them, so they all study, they all get better at what they're trying to do. The character development is really well placed throughout. There are some times where you're like, oh god, I wish that one of the sisters would just do this, this and this, but there's always a reason. There's always a defense mechanism that they're trying to put up, just because they don't want to open themselves up, get out of their shell a bit more. And it's just great how the main character just reins them in, gets them to express themselves and show who they truly are to each of their sisters, and not just themselves. Each of the sisters as well, they're very likable. You can definitely find one to relate to. You have obviously the upbeat one, the shy one, the awkward one, the overbearing one, the overcaring one. There's a nice selection of the of the sister rainbow, I guess, and you'll definitely find someone that you can interact with, you definitely click with straight away, if you don't click with all five of them. The animation, while it's nothing to really write home about, when there's an emotional moment, the animation just ramps up amazingly, and you can get some amazing screenshots, which I'll try and cut out as well and put them in here. Just some great screenshots of the anime of just how well detailed some of the pictures are. It's just really well done when it needs to be. When it really wants that emotional impact, the animation really does ramp up. That it's just great. It's really eye-pleasing. QQ is definitely worth checking out. I easily recommend it. It may not grab everybody, but if you just want this nice warm feeling, this nice upbeat, nice feel-good anime to watch, then absolutely this is the one for you. I'm really looking forward to season 2. Oh, and I really like the ending song too.